it is.
It's on Joe Salerno time. His clock's still on Joe Salerno time.
Nice. You got yours, right?
Yeah.
Nancy, you ready?
I think it was mailed.
Yeah.
Yes.
For some reason, I think I saw.
I'd like to call the 7 p.m. work session meeting to order. Nancy, can we have a roll call?
Yes. Mr. Boonstra?
Here.
Mr. Fisher?
Here.
Mr. Melchione?
Here.
Mr. Shanley?
Here.
And Mayor Madigan.
Here. Nancy, can you read the open work session meeting minutes,
If I
please?
remember to bring it upstairs, I would. 1 second.
You want to take it off the minutes, Nancy?
I think we're having broadcast issues.
In accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act, members of the Township Committee are meeting for the Tuesday, October 17, 2023 work session meeting. Excuse me. I'm sorry, it's not on there. And these measures are implemented to allow members of the public to observe the Township Committee meeting in person and via live streaming, and to provide the public with the ability to comment during the public meeting. This notice and agenda have been posted on the Township's homepage, wyckoffnj.com, at the quick link for minutes and agendas on Friday, October 13th. General instructions regarding access to the meeting have been posted on the Township's homepage as a news item on the Friday prior to the meeting.
Okay.
We're good.
I want to confirm the vouchers have been signed.
Yes,
Nancy, they
everything
all
has been signed, Mr. Mayor.
Okay. Could I have a motion to open 10-minute public comment period, 10 minutes comment, 2 minutes per speaker, public comment on any governmental issue that a member of the public feels may be of interest or concern to the residents of the Township of Wyckoff.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Boonstra?
Yes?
Mr. Fisher?
Yes.
Mr. Melchione?
Yes.
Mr. Shanley?
Yes.
Mayor Madigan.
Yes.
With an affirmative vote, the motion is approved.
Any member of the public wish to come forward, make a comment? Time to do so. Please identify yourself. Seeing none, can we have a motion to close to the public?
Motion to close public comment.
Second.
Mr. Boonstra?
Yes?
Mr. Fisher?
Yes.
Mr. Melchione?
Yes.
Mr. Shanley?
Yes.
And Mayor Madigan.
Yes.
With an affirmative vote, the motion is approved.
All right. Well, we have a very special occasion this evening. We have a proclamation on behalf of the township to a dear friend, resident, Nick Champo. So I'm going to read the resolution and then the proclamation here, and then we'll have Nick and family come up. We'll take pictures. We'll give him a big standing ovation for his many years, very, very impressive history. So I'm going to read it now. Here's the proclamation, but here's the font so I can read it. Whereas Niccolo Champo was born in Passaic and grew up in Fair Lawn, New Jersey, joining the Marine Corps to serve this country upon graduation from Don Bosco Tech in 1958. And whereas on June 18, 1960, Nick married Lois Lombardi, and they moved to Wyckoff in February of 1962, where they raised their 3 children, Michael, Lisa, and John. And Nick joined the Wyckoff Volunteer Fire Department as a 3rd-generation firefighter. And whereas Nick worked for UPS, Sam Brain, Railroad Construction, and retired in 2006 from his position as Director of Fleet Maintenance with the City of New York's Fire Department. And whereas Nick has served our community for many years as a volunteer fire department, not only as a firefighter, but as a lieutenant, captain, battalion chief, deputy chief of Company 1, and chief of department from 1986 to 1989, receiving the Dana Hannon Distinguished Service Award in 2010. And whereas Nick is a member of Marine Corps League, Lakeland Detachment 744, the American Legion, Oakland Memorial Post, and joined the Wyckoff Memorial Day Parade Committee in 1983, and served as chairman from 1997 to 2016, and he is also a member of the Wyckoff Family YMCA's Veterans Committee. Whereas Nick received the Rudolph C. Appelled Service Award from the New Jersey and New York Volunteer Firemen's Association on June 1, 2018, and became an honorary battalion chief of the fire department of the City of New York on November 20th, 2013. And whereas on May 12, 2004, Nick was recognized by the YMCA with their William E. Boyd Jr. Humanitarian Award, and at their recently held 2023 Veterans event, where the YMCA honored him with the American Spirit Award. Whereas Nick has been happily married to Lois for 63 years and is a generous and supportive father of his sons Michael and his wife Jean, John and his wife Libby, as well as his daughter Lisa and her husband Doug, and is a dedicated grandfather of 6, including Michael, Nicole, Lauren, Megan, Kevin, and Kelly. And whereas Nick and Lois are members of St. Elizabeth's Church, where Nick serves as an usher, and whereas Nick is passionate about his family, his faith, his country, his community, now therefore be it proclaimed by the Wyckoff Committee of the Township of Wyckoff, County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, that Niccolo Ciampo is hereby recognized and thanked as we honor him for his love of Wyckoff and for his generous donation of time and talent, and for weaving a part of himself into the fabric of the Wyckoff community. Come on.
Is this mic on here?
It's recording.
I'm gonna give you the award, then you can say something, then we'll do the photos, because that's the most important part to the members of the governing body. Here, Nick. Let's give him a nice round of applause again, huh?
Well deserved, well deserved. You want me to say something now?
Yeah, you can say something.
Can I turn this thing around to face the other way? You're allowed to? I got it.
You went to Don Bosco Tech, you'd probably be able to
So
figure
we can
that
fix
right out.
that. We can fix that with no problem. First of all, again, there's no need for something like this. Number one, which I missed at the YMCA, I know majority of you were not there, is to thank my secretary. It's my wife. Without her, I wouldn't be up here. I wouldn't be able to do anything. She's battling some problems right now, but we're going to get through it, without a doubt. We'll get through it. Anyway, I'm standing here, but really, my family has supported me strongly over the years. I was fortunate to grow up in a family of fire services, and it was talked about from when I was a little kid. Arguing back and forth on what town had a better fire department, so on and so forth. All of this stuff went on growing up. When I moved to Wyckoff, I guess there was no other choice then to join the Wyckoff Fire Department. But I'm going to tell you, as a officer, then becoming finally a chief of department, it's all you that make the Wyckoff Fire Department. We always were taught as an officer and our volunteering, teaching our members, right, they all should know what to do. I shouldn't have to give anybody an order, and that's how it worked over the years. The men and women that participated in our fire department knew what to do, made me look very good. And that, I believe I could say that for a lot of other chiefs also. Without all you, we would not have a department. The time that you put out from your wives, girlfriends today, a little different. Years ago it was all wives. Right now also your friends, okay? They don't recognize the importance. The importance, as I always said, as a firefighter, very important, right? in our training, we basically have to become lovers. And I use that term and people laugh. But becoming a lover meaning that you want to know the pluses and minuses of every individual that you're fighting a fire with, okay? Some can do some things, some can do other things. Some can't do some things, right? So you want to know that. So that's why we drilled so much, worked so hard, and again, without the backing of all the members over the years, we would be nothing up here. We hold a position, chief of department, fine, it's a great job, a lot of accolades possibly, or whatever, you wear more horns, but it's the members that do the work are the ones that really deserve all the credit and help. But finishing up, though, I have to say, though, over the years, and especially as chief of department, my secretary was very good, but my first secretary was Lois, and we would go to the board office at nighttime because she worked as the superintendent secretary over there, and we would do a lot of paperwork there. God bless that they had the typewriters there that we were able to knock out stuff with no problem, and that really helped us get things through our department and also our mutual aid. That's another thing. The mutual aid is another thing that has grown fantastically today. When it started, when I was young here, nobody needed a mutual aid. As we all know today, we're running more calls ever on mutual aid calls. We have to help each other out. So anyway, I think I said enough. I thank you very much for thinking of me like this and giving me this award. It's very, how would I say, rewarding to me. And I thank you all very much, wherever I miss
We're
Scott.
gonna take some photos, the governing
Miss
body's
Scott.
gonna thank you.
Thank you.
Take some
Thank you
pictures
all
with the
for
governing body
coming.
and then with the family.
Thank you all.
Matt, you can take our picture, governing body, I'm gonna bring the family up. By the way, the best thing I have is Dick Champo, and I'm proud of it. I graduated from Don Bosco Tech in Boston. 15 years after Nick graduated here, I want to emphasize that.
I will say something, Don Bosco Tech, right? It's really needed today. It was a trade school, and we had all sorts of shops there that taught you a lot about working with your hands and your mind, I say, or whatever. That was a great school, really, it's well needed today.
I went to one in Boston, they taught us to work with our mouth. I know it's a family, we're gonna come up with the governing body here, but why don't we have the family get close to Nick? We can like, the whole family.
The whole family?
Yeah.
Come on, let's go.
The whole family. Let's give the biggest round of applause to Lois, come on, huh? We're in the wing, we're behind. No, we'll be behind. Well, we got some in, some out. And now we're gonna have.
I got film. I'll check the negatives, all right?
See what develops then.
We'll see what develops, yeah. You got it? Joe? You good?
Didn't you actually participate?
What? We're just doing family? Okay, governing body, get
How
out.
about brother firefighters coming up after we take this family only?
Brother and sister.
Hey, Liv, you gotta stand forward. Oh, no!
Hey, come on, come up here. You always like that.
we get them on a group up?
Yeah, let's get all firefighters up here. Come on, guys and gals. You're gonna come forward. You don't stay here too.
Picture directors. Yeah.
What I want to know is,
Young guys, kneel down in front here, right? Kneel down in front.
Hey, Art, stand back here. Come back, see? See, this is thinking. This is different. No, it works.
Call Pete.
Yeah, see, she's holding it
Pete's
up.
Oregon. Perfect.
See this? Matt standing on his
Timmy toes.
You didn't want to be in the photo, you could have stayed in the back of the room.
Yeah. Yeah, who, you? You.
Need to hide, please hide.
Good job.
He always Photoshop out your face so long.
That's right. Always.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much for the information. I appreciate it.
keep on going on.
I know.
Right, right. We don't have enough paper for Mr. Champo.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Thank you for all your help.
Have a happy Thanksgiving.
John, how are you? Good.
It was Thanksgiving.
I know. Stick around.
Happy turkey.
You too. Stick around. Try to stay awake. Yeah. Hey, Chief. How are you? Nice to see you.
You go to the Pirates? How are you?
I don't know what I should have done.
Yeah.
Had him turn off the view, but that would have been.
Hey.
Did you see this? This room always gets the hottest because it's. I'll text it to you. She didn't know who to send it to, but maybe I was going to send it to PBA. This is about Larry and Sarah. They're going to dedicate the pool to him.
Rip his shoulders so she's.
All right.
We're ready to take fit.
I can stand on the chair.
No.
I mean, I can take down the clock too.
Yeah, no charge for the flight. There's not a flight answer.
He did vacuum up here today. I know he did something.
Maybe the flies froze.
Fuck, so screwed up.
Okay, Matt, you ready to go? You can start anytime, man.
All right.
Nice to have big print.
On the agenda are only a couple resolutions. First off is a budget transfer. Second is authorizing our submission of the New Jersey DCA DLGS firefighter grant for 2024. As you recall, last year we got $33,000 from them for the gear washers, and this year we're applying for spare turnout gear, so that while the gear is in the washer is being washed, we have spare sets. Also authorizing a contract for a facilities evaluation and feasibility study for the police department. Just a couple updates. Leaf collection's progressing smoothly. We're currently in the second round, operating in District 4. I want to extend my sincere thanks to the hardworking DPW staff who dedicate 6 days a week during this season to clear our streets. For real-time updates, I ask you to follow our social media. Due to the consistently low temperatures of the ground, the remaining installation of the FlexiPave at Russell Farm Community Park will be postponed until the spring. In the upcoming weeks, we'll be transitioning our website from the wyckoff-nj.com domain to wyckoffnj.gov. This change aligns with our commitment for professionalism and enhanced cybersecurity standards. The .gov domain is recognized for its authenticity and security. This transition aims to eliminate the confusion also that's caused by our dash in our name. The old domain will remain in service, so if people go to it or send anybody an email, they'll still get us. But sometime after January 1st, everything will actually switch over to .gov. Next week, we'll be going out to bid for the pole barn veneer and also firefighter and crossing guard physicals for the Wolf. The 2024 calendar is complete and available at Town Hall. A PDF will be loaded on the website very shortly. And expect an early Christmas present from the post office because it should be going to the post office this week. We are proactively moving forward on our 2024 budget and capital planning, engaging the Personnel and Finance Committee next week. And believe we've come to an agreement with Franklin Lakes with regard to the sewer billing of private residential properties in Franklin Lakes that want to connect to the Wyckoff sewers. We're working on finalizing that into an agreement. We met with representatives from the barn and the surrounding areas who will be starting their sewer extension, but due to the winter and school schedules, this project will start right after school ends in June, and that project will take 3 weeks. We've received notice that the Morley Drive sewer extension TWA application has been deemed administratively complete and is now moving to the DEP's technical review section, and that'll take about 90 days. And finally, just want to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving.
Great, thank you. I'm gonna skip around. Dave, you want to give your report now if you have anything?
Sure, just to follow up on Matt, the sewer agreement, as he mentioned, with one of the residents in Franklin Lakes. Just a couple revisions. I'm going to get that out next week, but we're pretty much online with that. And I think it's going to be a good kind of model draft for them. Any other residents in the future, Midland Park and a couple other towns that do look to do any shared service on sewer.
Thanks for
Very
doing
happy that Mr. Champo could be honored here tonight. Well deserved. And again, happy Thanksgiving to everybody.
Yeah, thank you, Dave. Township committee reports? Pam, you ready?
Yeah, I'm
Wanna
ready.
start? Okay.
I'll be quick. The zoning board met, and the thing to report from that meeting is they approved the Eastern Christian Turf Field and Lighting project, which, there was nobody that spoke in negatively toward the changes that were made. They made quite a bit of changes that were suggested by the board, and it was approved unanimously. The only other thing I have to report regarding Ramapo Indian Hills is the Ramapo football team has made it to the Group 4 finals. They will be playing at Rutgers University at 2 p.m. against Mainland after beating Mount Olive on Friday. This is the farthest you can go. You can't go any further, so whoever wins this becomes the Group 4 state champion for New Jersey. So go Po.
All right, thank you. I'll continue on in alphabetical order. Mr. Fisher.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to just recognize Joyce Santamaro as a member of our Zabriskie House committee and our leader in that fashion. We do have our holiday open house coming up December 2nd. I hope all can make it. So, they do a beautiful job there. It's a beautiful old home, and the holiday decorations really add a lot of extra charm to that. With that, we have the Chamber of Commerce coming up on the 1st with our tree Santa Claus tour around town. And I, hope everybody can make that out to local stops. That's been a great history, tradition in this town, having Santa going around town. Wish everybody a happy and healthy Thanksgiving, and that's all I have.
Thank you. Mr. Belchione?
All right, thank you, Mayor. Also be brief tonight. Fire Department has answered 609 calls year to date. Environmental Commission met last night. Junior commissioners will be presenting their end year projects on December 18th over at the library. And just lastly, I want to wish everyone a healthy and happy Thanksgiving. That's it.
Thank you. Mr. Boonstra?
Thank you, Mayor. I'll start with happy Thanksgiving to everyone. We have a lot to be thankful for, and we should give thanks on Thursday. I attended the League of Municipalities convention last week with a number of elected officials and employees from the township. Sunday, along with the mayor, I attended the Eagle Scout Court of Honor for Anthony Trafficant. The planning board this month will hold a public hearing and a review of the ordinance which we introduced on November 9th. Scott covered the Zabriskie House happenings. Matt covered all things sewer. Thank you, gentlemen. I'm going to ask the chair's indulgence quickly. I'm going to start off by, I'll be brief. Who knows what the significance of tomorrow's date is? Tomorrow is 60 years that President John F. Kennedy was assassinated, to the day. And I'm going to relate, and everyone who remembers where they were and what they were doing on that day. And I'm going to briefly recant my experience, and it'll give you a little look into where Wyckoff was at the point. I was a junior at Rampo High School. In 63, 64, Rampo High School was on split sessions. We had almost 3,000 students at Rampo High School that year because Indian Hills was not opening until the following year. So the juniors and seniors, I was a junior, attended class from 7 a.m. to noontime, and the freshmen and sophomores came in at 1 o'clock and went till 6 o'clock. At the time, I was 16, as I said, and I had what was known as a farmer's license. And I had an old war surplus Jeep that farmer plates on it that I drove to school. So school let out. I walked to I parked up by the ball field. I drove someone else home, and when I got back to Sycamore Ave, I usually went into the dairy office because my mother worked there. And when I got there, it was around 1 o'clock, and everyone was huddled around the radio. And that's how I found out, and that's when I found out that John Kennedy had been assassinated. They had not announced yet at that point that he had passed away. So I just wanted to share that with you. It gives a little snapshot. Also that year, Ramapo won the old NBIL championship for its district in football. And we were anticipating our last rivalry game with Ramsey High School because the following year, the great tradition of Rampo Indian Hills on Thanksgiving Day began. So thank you, Mayor, for indulging me.
That's good. Thank you very much. I'll share a side story. So in 1963, I was in the 4th grade, and at Holy Name High School, not high school, grammar school, Holy Name in Boston, we were very unique at that time. We're probably the only school in America that had a television in every classroom. So when the Mother Superior came over with a loudspeaker, it was like 1 o'clock, that President Kennedy had been shot. You had the option. They told you to turn on to Channel 4 and watch it on the news. That particular year, I had Sister Alfonso, and she did what all nuns would do. We're not going to watch history, we're going to say the rosary. So that's what we did, and it was a very sad day for our country. And I even remember that Sunday, watching the television, seeing Lee Harvey Oswald get shot. I watched that live. I still can't believe it. It was a very difficult day for all of us. I too want to remind everybody the tree lighting will be here a week from Friday, December 1. Scott said it's a great event for the community, and I just want to wish all a happy Thanksgiving, and we have a lot to be thankful and grateful for. And that's it. So, with that thought, can I have a motion for a we're recessing, Matt?
We need to pass resolution C9.
So number 11, item number 11 on the agenda, Mr. Mayor.
We have to do that before we go in?
Yes.
All right, so C9.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Boonstra?
Yes.
Mr. Fisher?
Yes.
Mr. Melchiong?
Yes.
Mr. Shanley?
Yes.
And Mayor Madigan.
Yes.
With an affirmative vote, the motion is approved.
All right, now we're gonna take a recess, we're coming back.
Yeah, and we're going to ladder pepper.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we don't have enough room here, because we have a lot of people. Okay, we'll be back at 8 o'clock. Chair to Toomey. Just so you know, we'll be waiting for you at 8, all right? Don't be late.